exciting. We're going to walk through literally the exact marketing strategy that we use with our clients in the 10K success system. Also, it's in my book. So you can buy my book. It's $27 plus you get all these bonuses. You can buy the book. It's in here too. Literally starting on page, I think it was 99. Let me just go and make sure that I'm not lying to you. Yes. Literally starting on page 99, chapter 7, pillar 2, the KLT plus E sequence. It's all in here, literally step by step by step. So I wrote the book on this, and you can access it because it's in there. But we're going to go through, we're actually going to screen share over in the Take Your Health Practice online Facebook group, and Laura's going to walk you through the things. But good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. And how are you today?
I'm just fabulous today. It's sunny. It might snow, but
it's windy AF though.
Interesting for April.
Yes.
Like mid to late April.
Yes.
It's an interesting month, but I'm good. I am good. And I came prepared with a client win to share today because that's what we're doing this week.
Hit it.
All right. Are you guys ready? And if you're watching live, please start writing your win in the comments because we asked you to bring one.
Yes.
So we are celebrating Kathy Grassett, who is in our 10K program today. And on Friday, I read this comment from her and I thought this was one of the coolest things ever. So Kathy is just at the beginning of what we're talking about right now. So she has had a Facebook ad up for 2.5 weeks, leading to her lead magnet. In the 2.5 weeks, she has over 100 opt-ins to her email list, 70 women who have joined her free Facebook group, many of whom have asked her for more info on working with her. And she is currently in active conversations with 8 that will likely lead to a sales call.
Amazing. Right. And so when did she enroll in 10K?
Kathy's probably 2 months into the program right now.
Amazing. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That is awesome. And so for those of you who were like, oh, I don't have an email list, or oh, I don't have a lead magnet, or oh, I don't have an audience, we know. That's why we help you.
2.5 weeks.
In 2.5 weeks, those are her results. So let me just backtrack. In order for her to get to that place in the program, that also means that she's fully completed her signature program. Mm-hmm. So right now, 2 months in, she has the ability to generate leads, nurture them, and enroll them into her program. Which sure does. She's literally in the active process of doing it. Mm-hmm. That's 8 weeks, friends. That's 8 weeks from having 0 to a signature program, an audience, and enrolling clients. So that's fun.
Big deal.
That is a big
deal. Go, Kathy.
So what we want to talk to you about today and what we're going to walk through with you today is the marketing strategy that works to get clients. And I assume, and I could be wrong, but I assume that you are in this world, in our community, because you are wanting to grow a business that transforms clients' lives and make money. Right. And I know that there's a lot of people in my community who are very afraid of working with clients and making money and taking any action whatsoever. So if that's you, this might not really appeal to you because we're actually talking about marketing and the action steps that we know with certainty work to attract your ideal client, nurture your ideal client, and bring them to a better position, like we were saying yesterday, to work with you. So if you are here because you like to consume information and you're not really interested in taking any action whatsoever, again, this isn't for you. But if you're like, yes, I'm trying so hard and I'm publishing content and I'm doing all the things and I have a website and I'm doing so I'm really trying, but nothing's happening. I can't get clients. I can't make any money. And I'm almost at my breaking point, please pay attention to what we're saying to you, because we're talking directly to you. So what we talked about yesterday was the old way of doing things. And so if you didn't have an opportunity to watch the live that we did yesterday, being Monday, April 20th, you can go into the Take Your Health Practice online Facebook group and go and search in the video section, and please watch what we did yesterday, because we really talked about all of the things that no longer work. We're not in 2002 anymore. And the things that worked in 2002 do not work now at all, period. To predictably and consistently bring you clients, do they work one-off and random? Sure. But I don't know about you. I don't want a random business. I had a random business back in the day. We all start with random businesses.
Oh yeah.
Yes. We all start with like, oh, I got a random client. Yay. I wonder when my next one's going to come out of the woodwork. Right.
So good.
That's
so
not what we're interested in teaching you how to do. What we're interested in teaching you how to do is having a grown-up, legitimate business where you can track with certainty that if you bring a certain number of leads in and they opt in through your lead magnet and they go through your nurture sequence and they are exposed to your content and they come to your webinar, that you will then book a certain number of calls at a certain closing percentage and make X thousands of dollars every single month, even during a pandemic. So that's what we're all about. And if you're like, oh my God, that's amazing, this is exactly what I'm looking for, pay attention. And if you're like, oh my God, I actually have to put myself out there and market, maybe this whole online entrepreneurial thing ain't for you. So said with actually all the love, because why put yourself through that if you know the beginning steps of having to actually put yourself out there is where you get stuck. And there's a difference between I don't know what to say, but I'm willing to do it, and I don't know what to say and I'm not willing to do it. And even if you tell me what to say, I'm still not going to do it. There's a big difference. So let's dive in. The strategy is simple. The what's the word I'm looking? The nuance is not. Right? The strategy itself is really simple. And the reason that we do the marketing for you in 10K, meaning we give you the templates, we give you the emails, we give you the webinar script, and we review your personalized end point of the templates, is because the nuance is not simple. The strategy is, but the nuance isn't. And so we, being the experts in this type of marketing, we want to make sure that what you're putting out into the world is going to work, right? And it doesn't work. Sometimes it works on the first try, and sometimes it doesn't. So do you want to go through what the simple strategy is, and then we'll take you behind the scenes and actually show you how we do the marketing for you?
Yeah, for sure. So again, the strategy is pretty simple. We start off, as I said, with Kathy, who I shared at the beginning, we start off with an ad, right? An ad that goes out to people who have the problem that you solve with the lead magnet that you've created. So the ad is not random. It goes to a lead magnet that is a valuable piece of something for the person that you most want to work with. It is not a valuable piece of content for any Joe Blow off the street, which is a very key thing here. And so we have that ad. It goes to that valuable piece of content for that one person. Right? That one person sees it and they're like, oh my Lanta, I want that. Let's go. They give you their name. They give you their email address. They're like, click, I want this. Then it doesn't end, because that's something we see a lot. It just ends. And then people wonder why they have no clients.
Right.
So then it goes to that KLT, that nurture, that trust, that intimate relationship building content that also really, really doesn't end, because once somebody's in your world, they should be getting it ongoing from you from all different angles. And from there, it takes them to a webinar, which is just, an event designed to get you in front of your ideal client to initiate a sales conversation. And from that webinar, you then are able to enroll people into your program, sign them on as clients, whatever that looks like for you from the delivery side of things. That is the entry point to actually exchanging of the finances and working together.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
So if you can picture the prospect to client journey from your prospect's end, right? So I'm going to walk through it from that side. So good. Shelly is searching on Facebook. She's just like scrolling Facebook. And Shelly is a menopausal woman who has hot flashes and wants to lose weight and feels like garbage. She doesn't feel sexy. She's confused all the time. Her memory is going, like, she has all the menopausal symptoms. Okay. And she's like just scrolling through Facebook. And she's scrolling through Facebook. And because you know that Shelly is your ideal client and you know how to use Facebook ads properly, because we taught you, then you're able to target your ad into and make sure that the Shellys of the world sees your ad for your free guide that gives her very specific targeted strategies to get rid of her hot flashes. Okay? Get rid of her hot flashes, or to help her start losing weight, or whatever the singular pain point is that your lead magnet targets, that is connected to the bigger picture of how you end her pain, right? The problem that you solve. So Shelly, the Shellys of the world, they're scrolling through Facebook and she sees your image and she sees the headline, something to the effect like, if you're trying to stop your hot flashes using these strategies, you're making a big mistake. Because she's like, oh my God, maybe the things that I'm trying don't really work. Right? And so she stops because she's like, I have hot flashes. The 17 things I've tried hasn't worked. Maybe this is going to tell me a way that will work. So she stops and she reads your ad. And she reads your ad and she's like, oh my God, this is describing my situation. I need to know more. And she clicks on your ad. And then she goes over to your lead magnet opt-in page and she sees the headline, the 7 simple strategies to get rid of hot flashes in the next 5 days, something like that. And she's like, yes, I need this. I have hot flashes. I want simple strategies to get rid of them. She downloads it. She enters her name. She enters her email. She hits submit. Her name and email goes into your email marketing platform. She then gets taken to a thank you page that has a little, welcome thing from you and an opportunity to join your Facebook group for menopausal women who are struggling with hot flashes, weight loss, And then she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm going to get more content. Great. So she joins your Facebook group. So now you just had like a twofer. She's on your email list and she's in your Facebook group. And then on her side, she then gets the email, right? Which is what we call the immediate response. She gets the immediate response and she downloads the thing, which is designed very specifically to introduce yourself and to give her results in advance and to position you as an authority from the start versus, oh, I'm just here to give you free information, right?
Hi, friend.
Hi, I'm so helpful. I'll work for free. And the same thing happens in your Facebook group because you are following our system and our step. We are guiding you through, literally giving you the templates for the email, for your welcome post in your Facebook group, everything that you need to say so that you do it right from the start. So you don't get yourself into the friend zone by accident because you're trying to be nice and helpful, right? And so Shelly is now reading your content because she got your email with the free PDF that's going to help her with the hot flashes. She's now introduced herself into your Facebook group and you've welcomed her and she's consuming your content. And because she clicked on your ad, she is now basically seeing you everywhere. And so it all starts from that one ad. It goes ad to lead magnet, to the immediate response, and she's getting your nurture emails, which are constructed in a very specific way. And she's in your Facebook group. And then you're going to invite her into your upcoming live training, which is your webinar, which is where you're going to go through in a very structured and specific way the concepts that she needs to know and understand to bring her to a better position to want to work with you. And you're going to then extend an offer to book a call with you, plus all of the ongoing marketing that you are going to be doing positions you as the authority. And that's the strategy. It's very simple. Add, lead magnet, nurture, webinar, client, sales call, client. Right? But it's the nuance of the words that you use, of the language you use, of the positioning that you use, which is why we give you all of the templates so that you can so that we know that you're doing it correctly from the start. So it's really, I mean, like I said at the beginning, the strategy is simple. We're giving it to you for free. Add, lead magnet, immediate response, 1 day later, 3-part nurture, ongoing organic content, webinar, sales call, sales conversation, new client, or follow-up. Like it's in the book. Like that's the strategy. But like the tech, the strategy in and of itself isn't what makes you successful. It helps to have the steps, to have the strategy, but it's knowing how to craft the content and the positioning and the nuance, which is where most practitioners and coaches struggle. So do you want to, so Instagram, if we're going to go into Facebook, we're going to still talk so you can hear us, but you won't be able to see this example. So Laura's going to go ahead and share her screen, and we're just going to show you from a back end what that actually looks like, so you can get a visual of what this looks like and how we do the marketing for you so that you can feel really confident about the content that you're putting out there, because that's important, right? Like we were talking before we hit record or go live, that people are so concerned about the tech, like, oh, well, what about the tech? And should I use MailChimp or ActiveCampaign, or I have my own platforms? And we're like, who cares? It doesn't matter. I said, I'm like, a carrier pigeon could deliver it, and it, whether they deliver it or not, it's the words, it's the language, it's the meaning, it's the ability to move them into a new position, which is a learnable thing. And we want you to be able to learn as you grow your business, which you can't do on your own. So go ahead.
Here we are. Okay, so what I've done is I've just logged into the 10K program, which is what our clients get access to when they join us in 10K, along with their own project and whatnot. But this is where all of the content is. So what we wanted to do was show you what it looks like in terms of the marketing templates, in terms of what actually is happening when you go through this very specific process that we talked about. So the first thing I'm going to go in and show you is we'll go from the beginning, which was what we told you was the ad, to the lead magnet, to the nurture content, like to the webinar. Whoa, what's happening over on Instagram?
Sorry, I just realized I could do this. I could hold it.
Yes,
this
you
way.
can.
I don't have to do it. Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, and I'm going to go through this not in the order that we would have our clients complete this work, because again, like what we've talked about in the past, it's not necessarily done in the order that the client sees it in for various reasons. But to simplify it, the first thing that you're going to have in front of your potential clients is going to be your ad. So let's start with what ad copy looks like. And then we'll go from there. So, that's not the right thing at all. Let's go down here, click here to download. Okay, so here is where we have two very specific examples of ads broken down by parts, right? So in each part of the ad you're putting in front of your ideal client, you're doing something very specific. So in no part of your business are you randomly just writing words for the sake of writing words, right? Every single section has a purpose and a point to move that client closer to the action that you want them to take based on the step that they're at. So we start with the ad, and here you can see we've written 2 very specific ads, broken them down into parts, and then our clients will then take those and use their own words and their own story and their own chunks of info to create an ad based on those templates for themselves. That's step 1. Step 2 is the lead magnet. So obviously we're going to jump back up here to the lead magnet. And there's obviously a few different things that go along with a lead magnet. There's a very specific way that we want you to craft a lead magnet that, again, isn't just all about teaching random facts and information. It's moving your client one step forward to get them into a better position to want to work with you. You can see how all of this comes together with that same strategy, right? So we have you craft a specific lead magnet. After that, we are going to look at the opt-in page. So again, they see the ad, they come to the opt-in page, right? So we are going to go here and take a peek at what an opt-in page looks like from the copy, the marketing, the promotional side, right? There's a specific headline, there's a specific call to action, and then there's specific content that goes along with that. So from there, we're then going to go to the emails. So remember, ad, again, specifically designed to move them to a better place to want to work with you, to click on the link and to go to the opt-in page. Opt-in page designed to cement that, where they're going, yes, I want that, I need that, she's talking to me. Click, I want it, right? Get the lead magnet and a specific sequence of emails that then, I'm just going to go in here. We again have written for you completely. I like to call this like, what was it? Mad Libs? Mad Libs was that game back in the day. It's like Mad Libs, like literally these are emails that are written, professionally copywritten for the health space to bring people one step closer to be in a better position to want to work with you. And it's literally copy, paste, insert your specific story here. And so we have this done in such a way that you can't screw it up. These, for lack of a better word, right? Like these templates, this specific way of speaking, and I will even say story arcing, is a way to bring people from the point of cold lead, doesn't know you from Adam off the internet, to a place where as they go through these emails, you know, this is like the first and the second email. And then we move to the nurture series of emails, which is here. You know, they go through these and they get to the point where they're legit hitting reply and telling you, you know, the number one thing they're struggling with. They're already, without having never even met you in person, looking to you as the authority and the leader in this area and genuinely valuing your expertise and the knowledge that you're sharing. And so you can see here, we go through this whole sequence of taking them from cold lead off the Facebook, off the interwebs. They don't know you. They go through this series of steps and actions where each time they're being moved a little bit closer to being in a better position to want to work with you, until you then take them here. I'll take you down here through the webinar, which is a little bit of a, a more intense section, obviously. But here you can see, if we go down here, there is webinar invitation email templates, right? Which is where we actually invite them to the webinar. There is the opt-in page. There is email templates that then push them to show up to the webinar, right? Because we know that when people register for things, they're not necessarily just going to like remember to go. We've got to remind them and incentivize them. And so here you can see, once again, specific marketing templates with fill in the blanks and examples and exactly what we want, you know, subject lines, everything is here. And this is why we say it is simple, but it's not easy, because these are so nuanced, right? Like the things that you want to talk to them about and the way that you want to talk to them in progression, right? You're not hitting them with everything all at once. You're taking them through a journey and a story so that by the time they actually enter into a conversation with you, they are in such a better place to want to work with you, right? To want to say yes. And this is, I want to even say, the biggest difference between the health space and like general marketing out into the wilderness, right? Selling socks, selling, I don't even know what, right? Because here, like we need to take them through this story. We need to identify as the expert. They need to place trust. They need to overcome a lot of objections. They need to feel like they know you and that you get them. Right. And so you can't just hit them with buy the jeans, buy the jeans, buy the jeans, right? Here's some emails demonstrating how smart I am right off the hop. Want to work with me, want to work with me, want to work with me. That doesn't work in this space. And so, I think I'll just kind of leave it at, we see so many people who come in to 10K and they've worked with, coaches out there and people who didn't necessarily, who are really smart marketers, but who don't specialize in health and fitness and alternative health, and the things that work in other industries don't work. And so they come in and they're so frustrated. They're like, it's me, I don't know, I put the offer out there, I ran the ad to my program, I offered them a $27 thing, nobody bought, and it's frustrating. Right?
Yeah. And we see that a lot. And we see a lot of people who, are being told certain things. And listen, everybody has a different philosophy. We know that this one works. And, it's interesting. The first thing that Laura showed you was the submission form. And, we give you the templates and then we also check them. Specifically when it comes to running paid traffic and the pages that we're sending your prospects to, we review them for compliance, right?
Yes, we didn't even touch on that.
We review your program outline. There's basically 4 major points in your online business that we review, in addition to giving you all of these templates and basically, doing the marketing for you. Because when you're just starting, it's like, think about it like we're the teachers and we need to check your work, right? Because we want to make sure that you're doing it correctly. We don't want you to pass, grade 4 without knowing how to, I was going to say read, but you should know how to read by grade 4. But you know what I'm saying? Like we don't want you passing a grade, which is a sort of a mile marker in our program, without making sure that what you're doing is on point and correct.
And just quickly, it won't be perfect the first time.
Right.
And so I think that's important as well, but it's going to be a lot better and a lot closer when you do it following this recipe versus just giving it a go.
Right. Absolutely. Bonnie's asking, if I recently had a successful webinar, can those prospects now be followed through with nurturing? They all got a follow-up email and a PDF download after the webinar. Well, I guess, go ahead.
I want to know Bonnie, what do you define as a successful webinar?
Right.
Because I think that your definition, based on the question, your definition of success for a webinar might be different than the webinar that we teach and the definition of success that we would hold.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So for us, a definition of a successful webinar would be hitting certain conversion percentages. So did the webinar get, a 10 to 20% show up rate? Did the webinar convert webinar attendees into calls booked? And how many of those calls booked converted into sales?
Yes.
That's what we base success on. Because anything other than that means that, well, there's always room to improve, but that's what we're measuring success on, because having webinars for the sake of having webinars without the webinar leading to sales means that there's a breakdown somewhere. And so there might be steps that the prospect has to take, like booking a call, showing up to the call, having the call before the sale is made. But we use webinars as a fast track to build nurture, trust, and rapport to get the person to a better position to say yes to you within a short period of time. Because clients will come, or prospects will come into your world from your ad to your lead magnet. And depending on when the webinar is, within a day, a 7-day period, whatever, you know, get on a webinar with you, book a call and become a client, and they didn't know you existed 7 days prior, right?
Yes.
Like that happens. And they didn't know you existed, or they've been in your world for a year and are now ready to take a step with you. They get on the webinar, they book the call, and they pay in full.
Yes.
Right. So she's saying, good point. I was just basing it on feedback. It was my first one, 40% show up rate, no strategy going in. Okay. So then 40% show up rate, that's a success from that singular mile marker. So what we would say then is the follow-up would be to take the action to get them into a sales conversation, right? Because nurturing, they've already been nurtured. If they've been on the webinar, they're nurtured. You've now left them hanging with, they're like, well, how do you help me? What do I do?
What do I do next?
What do I do? So, right. Yeah, so you absolutely did. You accomplished some KLT. Yes, that's what the webinar is for. So that now it's like, well, how are you going to help them? So now you've established rapport and authority. And the next step is to say, here's how I'm going to help you, and measuring the response of them taking you up on that offer.
Yep.
But yeah, that's great that you had a 40% show up rate. That's awesome. Yeah. And I think you were telling me that in my DM. So that's amazing. Yeah. So, you know, this is an interesting conversation where a lot of practitioners and coaches either feel turned off by this conversation, or they're like, yes, give it to me. Give me the strategy. Tell me the nuance. Like, I want it. And, you know, we're looking to work with the people that get excited by this type of conversation. And so if that's you and you want us to do marketing for you and with you so that you learn as you grow your business, please go ahead and book a call. You can go to thewbh.com/breakthrough and book a call, chat with us. Our advisors will walk you through what we do and how we work with clients to see if, in fact, you are a right fit. Because the strategy is very simple. I can, rhyme it off to you in 6 steps or less. And it's my hope that you genuinely want to learn how to execute as you grow. You don't need to learn and then grow. You should do it at the same time, which is why we do the marketing for you, which is why we literally allow you to go one step at a time. We don't throw it all at you. We say, do this, tell us when you're done, we'll give you the next step. Then do this, tell us when you're done, we're going to check it, make sure it's good. Then we're going to move to the next step. And that's how we do things, because we want you to, in a very short period of time, have a signature program, have an ad up, be running traffic to your lead magnet, growing your email list, and in conversation with people who are going to become clients. That's the goal. And if that's something that you'd like, we'd love to be able to help you with that. And so you can book a call, thewbh.com/breakthrough. Otherwise, we hope that this was helpful, and you can follow the strategies on your own. You can run an ad, and you can put traffic to a lead magnet, and you can create the emails, and you can run a webinar. Try it, right?
Yeah.
Try it on your own. The truth of the matter is, you will get results faster when you work with someone who's gone before you, who knows what you're doing, but that doesn't mean that you necessarily have to, but it just depends on your desire to get results faster than trying to figure it out on your own. So that's all we got for you today. Anything else you want to say?
I think that's good. Come back tomorrow. We'll talk more. This is fun.
This is fun. This should feel fun. This should feel exciting. This should light you up. If you are like, oh God, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to know about this. I don't want to learn about this. Maybe with all the respect, you need to recheck this as a viable opportunity for you, because those practitioners and coaches who are successful light up at this conversation. They're like, give me more, teach me more, teach me faster. I want to know this. I want to learn this. This is how I get clients. This is how I transform lives. This is how I make money. I'm in.
This is it.
This is it. This is what we're giving you. So we'll be back again tomorrow. We're going to go deeper into this strategy, and we're going to talk more a little bit. We're going to talk more about the nuance and positioning yourself as an authority with very specific marketing examples. We will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.